Spider-Man Remastered is a pretty big video game. It takes 30-40 hours to 100%. It has over 47 customization options, otherwise known in the game as suits. That's me exaggerating. In this game, there's really only 47, which was kind of weird because I could not find an exact number online. I had to legitimately go around and look for it and count the suits myself, which is insane. Some of these suits are pretty good, some of these suits are and some of these suits are pretty bad. But overall, there's really only 6 or 7 bad suits in the game. With me saying that, not every suit is created equal. Some are just better than others. It's really hard for me to rank these suits because I honestly only used 20 of them. I 10 of them on a regular basis. So I tried to give myself 5 minutes playing as each suit just to kind of get a feel for it. But yeah, I'm just in my studios and let's rank all 47 suits in Spider-Man Remastered. And welcome to day 2 of Spider Week. Before we begin anything, just to get things out of the way, I rank these suits purely based on look. I don't care if it's the most iconic suit of all time. I don't care if it's big to the story. Heck, I don't even care if the suit is important to pop culture. I rank these suits purely on looks because at the end of the day, you're not going to use them because they're popular. You're going to use them because you like the look of the suits and you want to wear them to look epic. Yeah, without the stupid rules to go any further, let's talk about number 47. The Spirit Spider suit. Man, I don't like this suit at all. There's a few things that are okay with it. I like the flaming skull, but man, the suit just looks so ugly. They took the undead and the flamey and the Halloween look, and they just ran it right into the ground, as far into the ground as they could. This is probably this is a big example of when a Insomniac is faithful to the comics, but in a bad way. They've definitely reinvented a suit. The classic suit is completely reinvented. So is the bulletproof Mark II is pretty faithful, but they did that in a good way. This is one of the examples where I wouldn't have minded if they changed it. I don't like the whole veiny look. I don't like the spider logo. I don't like how it's a legitimate skull. I don't like the color scheme. Everything just kind of sucks. It looks goofy, and it's just a horrible, horrible suit overall. And honestly, I don't know how people can swing around in the suit and be perfectly normal with it. And overall, I just really don't like this suit. Number 46. The Wrestler suit. The Wrestler suit is like a big tribulation for me. I love the idea of Spider-Man becoming a wrestler, because that's what a cocky teenager would do. But there are just a few things about this design specifically I don't like. Number one is how he wore an ugly sweater. If I were to make a Spider-Man suit personally, I would have gone with the Tom Holland design. I like the maybe less bright colors, but I understand why they did those bright colors. It was for the movie. I would have gone with a hoodie, under shirt, and goggles. That's what I would have done if I were Spider-Man. And to just put on random clothes you find is kind of stupid in my opinion. He didn't look like a wrestler. I even prefer Tobey Maguire's version. That's saying something because I really didn't like Tobey Maguire's version at all. But of course, the suit has a few good things. It looks like it was. I get what they're going for. It's just not my cup of tea. They're going for the wrestler look, which a 90s, 80s wrestler, they did a pretty good job. The reason the suit is above the skull suit is because the design is tolerable. It's still really bad, but it's tolerable. But yeah, overall, this suit is just, I don't like this suit. I don't understand why people like this suit, and it's barely better than the Spider suit. Number 45, the electrically insulated suit. Man, this suit is it's so generic. It's included in every Spider-Man game, I swear to God. But honestly, this is the worst rendition I've seen. Insomniac, for once, you guys created the most awful design I've ever seen. It's so generic. It looks puffy. It looks goofy. It's awful to swing around in. The colors are kind of damp for no reason. The eyes look weird. The texture is off. It's just they were able to take everything I don't like about normally the electric insulated suit and ramp it up to 100 of why I hate this suit just so incredibly much. It's awful. This has actually always been my least favorite suit, but as I was ranking them, honestly, I like the Spirit Spider and the Wrestler suit more than I like the electrically insulated suit, but I have to say, it's a better design than the other two. It really is. It's definitely worthy of the 45 is definitely where I'd put this suit in any situation ever. Don't recommend using this suit. This is the last suit that, like, this is one of the last suits that I really don't like. I never recommend anyone wear. Number 44, the undies suit. I tried really hard not to go hard on this suit because it's funny, honestly. It was a great joke in the game, and I'm really happy they included it. But did it? But like, I know I wasn't supposed to be ranking suits on circumstances. I didn't rank the suit based on the circumstances. I mean, look at it. It's really ugly, and I would never. The suit. The only reason the suit is actually above the other two is because it's actually easy to the eye and it's okay to look at. The other three I just cannot look at. They're awful. But did this really have to be the 100% bone? I would have preferred the 100% to be like the Spider Cop suit, which we know they were going to put in, but they ended up cutting. Why did they keep in? Why did they keep in the Nundy suit, but get rid of the Spider Cop suit? That would have been such a good 100% bonus, and that would have been awesome. Overall, I liked how they kept the same mask. The undies design is pretty funny how he owns his own undies. Honestly, I don't hate this suit. I just had to put it low because it's not a good looking suit. I don't mind it though. Number 43, the Noir suit. Man, this suit is so much worse than the Spider-Verse variant. I like the gun holster. I don't mind the mask, but I wish it had the lab coat. I understand back on the PS4 they had the limitations to where they couldn't add like capes and stuff, and that was a big complaint with the original game that they didn't have any capes. Spider-Man 2 is fixing that, but like I still really wish that this game had the Noir suit had a coat like Spider-Verse. Like it's the same thing with the I'll talk about it later. Of course the Spider-Punk suit is a lot higher on the list. It's a decent looking suit. So you guys will see that in like 10 to 15 parts from now. But I still think the suit is extremely mid. The next few suits are all really mid. If I had to give an opinion on the suit specifically and why I don't like it, it's too dark. But it doesn't cover the dark in like a cool way. It's just dark, not dark. I sound like an idiot right now, but I think my point came across to where this is just a boring suit. Number 42, the negative suit. The reason the suit is so low on the list is because I really wish they could. If they had done like a Mr. Negative type suit, it could have been a B tier suit. But then they had to add, like, they had to just make it a variation of the advanced suit. Like, that was so incredibly boring. Maybe if they had, I don't know, like, maybe if, how do I say this correctly? If they had maybe just changed the design a little bit and made it more unique, they could have based it off maybe the original suit. I understand why they included this, but like it's still like it's such a waste of a slot to me. There are like the 2 to 3 suits in here that are kind of a waste of a slot, and I don't want it to come off as but that it's wasting a spot for another suit. It's really not, because they would have added another suit if they wanted to add it. The issue was it's that this suit is just it doesn't feel like it belongs here. It doesn't need to be here. It's incredibly generic, like I've been saying the last few suits. And the only reason it's above the Noir suit is because the advanced suit is so classic, and it kind of works well with the white colors, so I actually don't mind the advanced suit being all the way up here. Number 41. The Spider Armor Mark 1. I really hate this suit, but I have to give it credit. It looks pretty cool. The colors suck, it looks pretty goofy, but it looks dope. Like I like the design of it overall. It looks better than the other suits on this F tier, of course. It won't be up on the list right now, but at the end of the video, I'll have a tier list of all these suits too, because I mean that's what I did basically. I put them all on a tier list in order to rank them, and I'm kind of just reading off this tier list right now. But if I had to say some ups about the suit, it's a pretty cool design. I just really wish that it was a little brighter than just gray and black. Like if they had made it like the gray a little lighter, actually no, I don't think they really much they could have done. This is just kind of an ugly suit. They did adapt it well, and I really didn't hate the design. I have no animosity. This is when we start getting to the point where I have like no animosity. It's just kind of boring suits. Number 40, Spider Clan. Honestly, overhated suit. The reason it's so much down here is because there are ups and downs. I really like the backpack, but I don't like the animation style. I really like the idea of hand wrapped like Ninja Turtle type arms, but I don't like the idea of them being so big. If this suit wasn't in the animated style, I would actually say this is probably would be like a C tier. I don't mind this suit at all. But what was really funny is that I remember in Spider-Man Unlimited, this is this is the first character you get in that game, and I was always wondering where it was from. So it's pretty cool to see that it's from the comics. I just thought it was an original design back then. But yeah, Spider-Clan, it's definitely overhated. I had to give it a plus. I'd say, like I said, the overall design is cool. I just really, it also looks like it's made from home, which is cool. I just don't like the head shape and the animation style. But like I said, I'm not a big fan of the animated styles. All of them, with the exception of one. Like there's only three in the game, obviously. Or there's three. This one's an F tier, another one's in B tier, and there's one in A tier. I'm just not a massive fan of these suits. But yeah, on to number 39. Number 39, the Velocity suit. The Velocity suit used to be my least favorite suit, along with the electrically insulated suit. But my opinion's gone up on this suit since then. I really like the colors. I think the colors are decent. I think that it looks like a suit that's speedy. But if I had to give it some downs, I would say that the eyes are weird. I don't like the logo. It doesn't glow enough, and it just looks too blocky. If it was smoother, I think it would be up there too. But I don't know. I used to hate this suit. I kind of just think we're going from just generic. Like, it went from really bad and to generic to like bad, but not generic, which is good. I really used to, I don't know what to say about the Velocity suit. I used to hate it. It's just kind of it's a mid suit. And I don't know. This is when we start seeing the plus and stuff. Number 38, the Arachnite Rider suit. So I am extremely. I used to hate this suit a lot more. It used to be up there with the bullet down there actually with the electrically insulated suit and the Spirit Spider suit. But like, I like it a lot more now. Mind you, it still looks goofy. It's definitely the worst animated suit in the game. Oh, never mind. Spider Clan is a lot worse, but it's still a bad animated suit in general. It takes that element of animation that I really liked about some of the animated suits, and it just makes it turns out to 10. It's a good side suit for swinging around, but it's goofy. The colors are kind of unbalanced. It's too bright and hectic, and I just really don't like this suit too much. 37, the Future Foundation suit. So the interesting thing about almost every suit from now on until probably somewhere towards the middle of the list is that I used to think of them lower than I think of them now. My opinion on the Future Foundation suit really hasn't changed since the game came out. The white and black are actually balanced extremely well. There isn't enough detail on the suit. The suit looks goofy, and the eyes are kind of a big, just like, it sucks to me. This suit could have been pulled off better. I don't know why this suit is included in every. There's like 5 suits that are included in every Spider-Man game, always being the electrically insulated suit, the Future Foundation suit, the Bombastic Bagman suit, the Big Time suit, and like usually one of the Spider Armor suits. Spider Armor makes sense. It's a decent looking suit. Um, the other 4 just don't make sense to me. Why especially Bombastic Bagman? Why is that suit included in every single game? It's so weird. My only criticism of this suit is the eyes. It just looks goofy and it's just not as good as the others. I can't really explain it. Number 36, Fear itself. This suit used to be my least favorite suit in the entire game. I really hated this suit, but then I went and I swung around in it for the first time, and I loved it at night. At nighttime, it is legitimately a great looking suit. It doesn't look too goofy. The color balancing is a little off. It's too bright, but that's because it's supposed to be bright. I just don't like the gauntlets. That stops the suit from being a few places above. Criticisms of the suit, it still looks a little goofy, and I just didn't like how bad it looks during the day. It's too bright, if that makes sense. But I definitely don't think of it as bad as I used to. It's definitely gone up in my ranking since then. Number 35, the Bombastic Bagman suit. Honestly, this suit had so much potential. This Fantastic Four design is the best one I think I've seen in a video game. This suit it looks so incredibly cool, but the bag ruins it. Why couldn't we have gotten a Fantastic Four suit, just a normal one? This suit was almost perfect. Nothing to say on it except it was ruined by the bag. This suit would be so good without the bag, but sadly, it ruined it. It looks goofy now. Number 34, the Resilience suit. I was very cautious when first playing as this suit because the colors kind of don't match to me. There's too much blue on this suit, not enough red. But as I played it, the aesthetic is not bad. It really does. It grew on me as the games went on. We're still in the realm of, like, as of right now, where suits I don't really like. They're okay, but I would never use them. But this is suit. I would just never use this suit. It's ugly in my opinion. The eyes are off, the colors are off, it's just not very good. Number 33, Spider Armor Mark II. So this is the worst spider armor in the game, and it's really bad. The reason the suit is above the others is because the color is not bad. And I like the idea of the helmet looking like it's bulletproof, but overall the design just looks too classy in my opinion. It just does not look good during cutscenes. And I really only found myself using this suit whenever I really wanted to I wanted to feel stupid, if that kind of makes sense. It's like the suit just does not look good. And it's by far the worst Iron Spider in the entire suit game. It's not very good. Number 32, the MCU Stealth Suit. So this suit is highly overhated. It honestly nails the military look, but at the same time, let's be honest, it's extremely generic, and it is legitimately hard to see at night. Like, I had trouble seeing this. It looks good during certain missions, like the final battle between Martin and Lee, but not a massive fan of the suit overall. Could have been done better, could have felt more like Spider-Man overall. Number 31, the Orion Ackman suit. So beside the name that's hard to say, not the best suit in the game. There are some things the suit does well. For example, the eyes are actually really cool and I really loved them. They're a little goofy, but they're cool and I love the idea of a Spider-Man, like a spider-looking suit. I also love the metallic look, but then the fabric look that's outside of the metal just doesn't look that great. And the boots kind of ruin the suit for me. It would look much better if the suit were slimmer. But overall, this is honestly my only issue with the suit overall is that it just looks cheap, if that kind of makes sense. Like a Hot Wheels toy or like a Transformer. It looks incredibly goofy. Although the redeeming thing of this suit is the helmet. It looks pretty dope, I'm not going to lie. Number 30, the Spider-Punk suit. So the Spider-Verse did the suit better. I think we can all agree. The suit looked amazing in Spider-Verse. But the jacket, the jacket is kind of bad to me. I don't like the spiked head. But I do like the overall look of the suit outside of the jacket, which is why it's so high up on the list. It isn't too high up, like I said, it's number 30 out of 47, so it isn't the greatest suit in the game. I didn't like the jacket. It didn't feel characteristic to me. It just sort of felt generic punk star. And this is one of the few designs, I guess actually this is right out of the comics, so you can't really give him credit. You have to give him credit for that. But it's just not the best looking suit in my opinion, and it looks pretty goofy. But goofy in a bad way, not goofy in a good way like some of the suits later on this list. Number 29, the ESU suit. So this suit is a 50 secret photo bonus, and for what it is, it's actually not a bad bonus for secret suits. A lot of people are going to miss the secret photos, so it makes sense how to have this suit at the secret photos, but a lot of you guys are questioning, Joshua, why do you have the ESU suit so high? Because it looks dope. I use this suit all the time. This is in my top 5 most used suits in the entire game. It looks pretty decent. I can't put it high up because it looks goofy when you're fighting with it, and I would never use this thing during the story, but just swinging around, it looks pretty good, honestly. Number 28, the Spider UK suit. So, I love this suit, honestly. It looks goofy, which is why it can't be higher, and the blue should definitely be darker than it is. Which is a little DLC suit. I loved it, honestly. I would personally never wear it. It looks too bright for my tastes, and the eyes are kind of bad, and the web shooters suck. But honestly, I can understand why people would like this suit. It doesn't look bad at all. Number 28, the classic suit damaged. So, I had a lot of hard time placing this suit on the list somewhere, because I don't think it deserves to be this is the highest it deserves to be put. It looks pretty good, but I just don't think the suit deserves its own slot. It's not wasting a slot because they wouldn't have added a new suit to replace this anyway. But I like the remastered version of it. It looks pretty cool. I just don't have much to say on it. It looks better than the suits before it, and I would wear it much more than those suits, but it doesn't look great. Number 26, the Spider Armor Mark III. I used to love this suit. When the game first came out and I started playing it, I would have given the suit probably my top 5. But as time has gone on, I've realized it's a really bulky suit and doesn't make sense for Spider-Man. It looks relatively goofy. The only things I really like about this suit are the ski mask and the logo. The color scheme is pretty okay, but overall, the suit's just not the greatest suit. It's not the greatest. It has a lot of issues. Number 25, the MCU homemade suit. So, honestly, overhated suit again. The goggles are cool. The colors, although being bright, are what I would make at home, honestly. I would just make the blue a little... If I were to make a Spider-Man suit at home, I would just make the blue a little darker. It looks goofy, which is why I never swing around in it. But overall, I love the hoodie design. Really nothing to say. It's not... It just doesn't look as good as the suits previous to it. Number 24. The Secret Wars suit. So, this suit has grown on me as time has gone on. I really don't like the red webbing. But I like the black suit with the blue. It's clean. And this is the first suit on the list. Also, we're on the halfway mark of the list. But this is the first suit on the list that I'm really like, okay, I would maybe wear this sometimes. The only suit on the list that I think I'd wear a little bit would be like I don't know, the Spider Armor Mark III, probably. But this suit's the first suit where I really say, okay, yeah, I would wear this during story segments, because it's not a good suit, but it's not a bad suit either. It's definitely not my cup of tea. That's how it basically is for the last 4 or 5 suits, or the last 7 or 8 suits. It's been like, they're all not bad, but they're not my cup of tea. And it's the same for the next on our list. Number 23, the Amazing Suit. This suit is not amazing. I'm here to say it, and I'm here to fight every fanboy that in my comments. This suit is incredibly ugly. It's dark, it's too detailed, it's the yellow lenses kill the suit. It's not a good suit. The reason it's above the other suits is because it looks pretty cool during stealth sections, and I love the logo. Not to mention, it's also probably one of the better put together suits. It's like everything has a purpose on this suit, and I love it, and it's super detailed. But it's just not as good as the latest suits in this list, and it's definitely an overrated suit. Number 22, the Armored Advanced Suit. This suit is high up because the Advanced Suit is so good, and this suit just takes the same design. I like the idea of the red on the legs, but the chest plate needs more red on it, and the white is kind of overpowering. I also don't like the mask too much, but it's built on, it has a good foundation in the Advanced Suit, so I think it gets a pass, for me at least. Number 21, the Last Stand Suit. I love certain things about this suit. The jacket is my favorite part, and the jeans. It just looks so epic. I love the suit when fighting crime, but when you're in story, it just doesn't work very well. It looks a little too try-hardish. It looks like what a kid would wear in middle school. But it's just like you know those kids who wear like the Fortnite shirts? It looks just like what they would dress like if they were Spider-Man. I'm not a big fan. I love this suit. I'm a huge fan of it, but I have to admit, it's not great for the story. It's really only good for combat. Swinging is not good either. And I said I wouldn't rate the suits on my personal opinion, but more on what I think. Like, okay, I think the suit is good for swinging and good for combat, which is why but not good for story, which is why it's under something that's good for all three. Overall, though, not a bad suit. Number 20, the Scarlet Spider suit. So, yeah, this suit is not as good as people say it is. The good parts out of the way, the sweater looks awesome. The logo is uneven, which I don't like, but I understand it's a stylistic choice. The web shooters are also pretty cool, but the suit is just too red in my opinion, and I'm not a big fan of it. It would have been like B tier for me, or A tier. It would have been up on my list about 6 months ago, but then I replayed the game, and I'm like, I don't like this suit as much as I used to, and I really don't like using it that often anymore. Overall, though, I perfectly understand if you want to use this suit. It looks decent still. Number 19, the vintage comic book suit. So this suit is definitely, we're starting to get to the point where some of these suits are actually looking good. We're at the point now where every suit, basically from like number 47 to like number 38, the suits didn't really look that, or from like 47 to like 33, 32, the suits didn't look that good. Now we're getting to the point, and then from there up until now, we're getting to the point where the suits didn't look great, but they looked okay. Now we're getting to the point where the suits actually don't look bad. The vintage comic book suit is, it's grown on me since I first wore it, and it has a special place in my heart. It's a little goofy, it's not really fun to swing around in, but for combat, it's really cool. What can I say? And this suit's definitely growing on me. Number 18, the web suit. This suit, okay, I hate saying this, and I know that there's probably gonna be somebody in the comments going, oh, but you said you don't like Tobey Maguire's suit. I really didn't up until this video, but this suit has grown on me. It looks really good during cutscenes, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I loved it versus Kingpin, it was pretty cool, and it doesn't look bad during the final boss either. The only issue that I have with the suit overall is the silver webbing. I understand. And honestly, the back logo looks dope. Like, this is the first suit that I'm being like, I really like it. The only reason the suit isn't above the others, I like using this suit a little more than I like using suits later on this list. But the reason the suit isn't high enough is because it doesn't look great during combat. I'll say that right now, and during swinging. But during the suit game alone, it's pretty. The story, it's pretty good. Honestly, it's so good that I probably would put it higher on the list if it weren't for the fact that I just didn't. The silver webbing kills the suit. It'd be in my top 5 if it weren't for the silver webbing. Number 17, the black and gold suit. So, why am I putting the suit so high? Because it's original, it looks dope, it looks great during story, it looks great during swinging, and it looks okay during combat. If I had to give the suit a criticism, I would say that the wiring is kind of gross, honestly. And that's my only issue. I really wish we went back to the trailers where it wasn't like that, and they changed it right before the movie came out to have the wires sticking out. Not a fan of that. Number 16, the 2099 suit. So, this suit is uglier than I remember. This is the one of the final suits that I used to think of higher. The rest of the suits I've always had the same opinion on these suits. They really haven't changed that much. But this suit is too thin, and the logo looks ugly. And the only reason I put it up so high is because it looks cool during the story, and it looks great during combat. Swinging it could be better, but it's overall a really good suit overall. Number 15, the stealth slash big time suit. The reason this suit is so high is just because how dope it looks at night. During the day, yeah, it would be like number 25, but the reason it's so high up now is because I like it at night. It also doesn't look bad during combat and during swinging. It could look better during the story, and I really wish it wasn't as skin tight as it is. But the texturing is pretty cool, and it's honestly just a pretty good looking suit overall. And I really just like swinging around with this at night or during stormy weather, like after the funeral. It looks pretty cool, and I just love this suit overall. Number 14, Cyborg Spider-Man. This suit has actually stayed the same since I first looked at it. The armor is pretty cool. I don't like the stitching. I like the eye hole, and it's just overall not a bad suit. It's definitely over. You either really love this suit or you really hate it. I really love it. I think it's a good looking suit, and I don't really know why the suit is so hated overall. It looks so cool during combat. It could look better during cutscenes. Looks great during swinging. It just looks good in almost every scenario you put it in. Kind of like our next suit. Number 13, the MCU Iron Spider. Yeah, you can boo me right now. This is a good looking suit. Mind you, I got sick of seeing it in the movies. It really should have only been in Infinity War and maybe Far From Home. But this suit has definitely grown on me over time, and I really love this suit now. It looks great during cutscenes, great during gameplay, great during swinging. It looks a little generic, and it's a lot worse than the other Iron Spider suit, which you guys will see in the top 5. But yeah, it's a great looking suit, and I love it. Number 12, the Stark suit. So my opinion on the Stark suit really hasn't changed since I bought the game. This is a great looking suit, and it's a good rendition of the classic suit. It looks high tech, and it looks like it was made by Tony Stark, and it just looks great. If I had a criticism, the black lines are a little weird, and I wish the detailing was more abundant. But overall, it's a great looking suit, and it's personally one of my favorites. It's a great looking suit overall. I just don't think it looks better than the other suits on this list. Number 11, the dark suit. This is my second most used suit, and I'm shocked that I didn't put it higher, but overall, my opinion has definitely gone down on this suit during this ranking list. It's a great looking suit, but overall, it just looks a little bland at the nighttime. But during the day with the silver lines, it looks great. The red lenses look great. The logo looks great, and it's a personal favorite of mine. And personally, it's in my top 3. But I have to recognize that this suit just doesn't have enough detail. And it definitely doesn't look better than the suits after it. It does not look as good, sadly enough. And if they had added more detail, it would have been up there for me. But it just looks too black. Even Black Cat's suit has some white on it. Why didn't they add that white to Peter's suit? Overall, though, amazing suit. Number 10, the classic suit. So, it's weird, yeah, you don't have this higher. Heck, this is even my highest version of the classic suit. But this is just a great rendition of the classic suit by Insomniac. The reason it's not higher on the list is because the other suits after this just look a little better overall, and they just have a better foundation design. But this suit looks great during everything, basically. I don't like how soft the colors are, if that makes sense. And I still wish that they had maybe, I don't know, it just doesn't feel right to me overall. But overall, this is probably the best rendition of the classic suit I've seen in a long time, and it's great, great overall, really. Number 9, the hybrid suit. So a lot of you guys might be shocked that I have this suit so high because it's often regarded as one of the worst suits. But the gold just does it for me. I hated this suit when I first saw it in No Way Home, but my opinion has changed over time. It looks better in the game than it does in the movie. The reason it's not higher, there are certain details on the suit that are better than the other suit, but the reason it's not as high as the other suit and why it's at the spot specifically is one, the gold is pretty overpowering at times, which is why I didn't put it higher. I also think that there's too much detail on this one, which I know sounds crazy to some people, but if detail isn't balanced, then it doesn't look good, and overall, the suit just has too much detail for my liking. Although this is pretty good suit. I haven't worn the suit too much, but it's a great suit overall. Number 8, the anti-ox suit. Even I'm shocked to have this high. I just love the look of the iron look of it, and if you're going to notice as the list goes on, because we're almost done with it already, is that there's 4 metal suits in the top 8. That's because I just love the look of the metal suits. Sometimes it's not done, it's done like bad, like the resilient suit, but sometimes it's done well, like the anti-ox suit. This suit just has a great glow at night. It looks menacing. I love the idea of it making it look like Doc Ock's arms. It feels to me kind of stupid in the story, but I don't mind it here, and it looks great. And overall, this is really good to swing around in at night, especially during the city that never sleeps when you face Hammerhead. It's great. Trust me. You should try it. Number 7, the Spider-Verse suit. So this is probably my least used great suit overall, because you unlock the suit after beating the entire main campaign plus the city that never sleeps. And for me, that's just like, why am I gonna play the game after that? So it's just, I really didn't get much playtime in this suit, which sucks. But I do really love this suit. If I had to this is the highest rated animated suit because I'm just not a massive fan of the animated suits. Yeah, they look good for swinging, but this is the highest rated suit that I would say don't wear during cutscenes. It looks okay during some cutscenes, but there's others that like try to look epic, but the suit just falls flat. But overall, it's a great looking suit, and I love this rendition of the classic suit. Period. Number 6, the 2099 white version, or the all new, all different. So this suit I really love this suit. I didn't really use this too much, but I can tell you right now, I absolutely adore this suit. I love the red. It's so much better than the other 2099 suit, which, if I remember correctly, is at like number 16, while this suit is at like number 6. Obviously, it was 10 parts ahead. I love the layered look of the metal. I love the look of the red. I love just everything about this suit, and it looks amazing. The only thing I'd say that as kind of a criticism is there are certain times, especially like the blue on the legs, I really don't like very much. But that's really it. This is just a great looking suit. Number 5, a Scarlet Spider 2. This suit is the most simple left on the list, but it's also just the most simplistically beautiful. The design is just elegant, and I really love the design being just all white with the black head. The black head is a little off-putting at times, but it does overall look great. The logo looks great. The web shooters look great, and this is my favorite simplistic suit in the game. The rest are kind of complicated, and that's because sometimes if you could do complication right, it works. But this suit is just so simple, and I literally love this suit. It's like my third, I think it's my third like most used suit. The other two are still on the list, of course. The other three are still on the list. It's my fourth most used suit. But yeah. Number 4, the upgraded suit. This suit is it's so good. The detail on the back, the mask, the colors. I love the idea of the spider being white. The fingertips look good. It looks great during almost every single cutscene. Heck, I beat Martin Lee twice with this suit. On 2 of my playthroughs, I beat Martin Lee with this suit. Man, it just looks so good. This suit is everything I wanted from an just an MCU Spider-Man suit. And if you forced a criticism out of me, I guess I would say that the mask, I never liked the eyes on the mask for the MCU suit. I wish they were bigger. But overall, it just feels like a movie to me. Because I like seeing the suit in the MCU. But overall, it's just an amazing suit. Number 3, the classic Iron Spider. This suit is just amazing. This is my least used suit so far. And my least used suit that's so high up. Because I have literally used the suit for like like maybe 30 minutes of gameplay. But it's amazing. I love the design of it. It makes me want to do New Game Plus just to see the suit during certain cutscenes. The red is just so bright, and this is a perfect interpretation of that suit from the comics. In fact, it actually upgrades the design, but Insomniac is just really good at upgrading the design. The logo with the Stark thing looks awesome. The eyes look awesome. Overall, and the Iron Spider arms look awesome. Overall, there's legitimately no criticism for the suit I can give you. I just love this suit. Number 2, the Advanced Suit. So I actually originally had this suit at number 1, but I think number 2 is a fitting place for it. It's an amazing suit. It's so simplistically beautiful and looks good during any scenario. The White Spider is super unique, and overall it just looks great during swinging. But there is one big criticism I have, which is why it's not at number 1. That's because the suit is just not, the colors are kind of weird. The red is just not bright enough. If the red were bright, it would be much better. The number 1 best suit in the game is the Spider Armor Mark IV. This suit is beautiful. It's shiny, it's colored perfectly, has a super unique logo, and just looks overall flawless. It looks epic, it looks so cool. It's perfect in almost every scenario. It looks good during the day, middle, and night. Makes me feel just like a cool dude, which I never feel cool, so that's awesome. And overall, I can't gush about the suit enough. There's literally nothing, in my opinion, wrong with the suit, except one very small issue. I wish the lights were bluer, but still, that's like me, like reaching into the dark depths of the earth to find something wrong with this suit. Overall, this is a beautiful suit. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Here's the tier list I used to rank the videos, the suits in this video. Go from left to right on each tier. That's basically how I rank the suits if you look at it. There were a few placements I changed while filming this video because I noticed a few inconveniences when I was editing it. But overall, I've been editing the last 6 hours, and overall, I'm tuckered out. Literally, I just edited this entire video in a row. Thank you guys for watching, like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.